We're here once again at Creative Social, and tonight's theme is by day and night. And we have one of the speakers here joining us again on the couch. Introduce yourself, please.
I'm Alex Lemon, and by day I'm a content strategist, and by night I make biscuits.
Well, nice to have you on the couch with us. So a little bit about your career, please. What was your first sort of creative or communications industry role, and how did you get it?
I actually started off as a journalist, newspaper reporter, so old school journalism, doing it the hard way on regional dailies, and I did that for 4 years and then worked on the BBC News website for a year as well. And then I quit journalism and actually had a complete career change, became a chartered accountant. So I did all the training for that, qualified, hated it, and then went back into content work. So words work, I was editing and website work, and then just kind of, after a few years, I went freelance as a content strategist.
And for someone looking to get a first job in the industry, or maybe even promotions in the industry, what kind of advice would you give to someone in that respect?
I wouldn't say that I would be an authority on getting into the industry now, because it's so different from when I started, but I think just a really wide interest. I've got really varied interests, just to feed your ideas, because content strategy is about being analytical, but it's also about being creative and coming up with ideas that respond to analysis. So having a really varied interest from the kind of, lots of reading, but also lots of kind of informative stuff, and, I read a lot of science stuff. I'm really into data journalism, so I've got a real variety of interests, and that really helps me kind of get on in my work and understand different aspects of the problems.
And obviously, as a freelancer or even someone trying to get a job, getting noticed is really important. What can you say about people getting noticed? What should people do to get themselves noticed?
I've never really been one for kind of doing the traditional networking thing. I'm not a wacky person who goes around coming up with crazy ideas for attracting attention. I guess I've just put myself into different positions where something might happen without really any particular expectation that it might, but the more you try, the more likely it is that something's going to happen. And just be good at what you do really helps.
And this final question I normally ask about recruiting, but as someone who freelances, what can you say about ensuring that continuity of work? What kind of advice could you give to other freelancers?
Keeping in with the people that you like working with, so that they ask you back, but also the people that you don't like working with, just say no, because that will give you time to go and find the work that you do want to be doing and making better relationships. It's kind of quite tempting to take everything that comes along, and sometimes, yes, you need to pay the bills, but I've been offered things that I haven't really been very happy with, and I've said no, and I felt at the time like it was a bit of a risk, but in hindsight it was a good thing, because I went on to more interesting work, better work with people I liked, that has led to quite regular contracts and consistent work with different people.
And do you have any work online, or do you tweet or anything? Can anyone follow you?
Yes, I do tweet. You can follow Biscunts if you want. They're at Biscunts, or you can follow me. I'm at Lemonosity on Twitter.
That's great. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Source LF are London's leading creative communications and media recruitment agency. Be sure to like our video and subscribe to this channel. Take the moment to watch another of our videos on screen now.